So I'm back in the UK now in my hometown in Bath, and now I'm tracking the bass for Periphery 4, it's been a really cool process so far. Typically when we've done Periphery albums, I've been there with the guitarists when they're doing their thing, and the bass has kind of been the last thing that we get to out of each song, and I've always had time to do it well, but it's nice this time to not be thinking about anything apart from bass. I can just come up to here to my old home studio and just work my way through the songs. I've got all the demo bass parts that Misha and the guys recorded when they were demoing the song, so I'll take a listen through that and just check, because sometimes the bass is doing some cool stuff that perhaps wasn't audible on the demos, or just wasn't the main focal attention, so I didn't necessarily catch what's going on. So I'll figure out what the bass is doing through each part, and then I'll start tracking. And I'm not really afraid to really break it down into small chunks, sometimes, a bar at a time even. Quite often I've kind of done a very piecemeal version of the riff, and then when I reach the end I'll be like, oh yeah, I can do this more fluidly, and I'll try and capture the whole thing a bit more in one go. Tone-wise, I guess I've been aiming at a similar thing for most of my time as a bassist, just kind of achieving it in different ways, but in general the idea is I want my bass guitar to sit alongside the electric guitars and just kind of be like this pitched down version with heavy distortion and like a load of growl to it. It's kind of part of this this effect that you get when you have just the right kind of distortion on your bass, that it melds in with the guitars and creates this perfect kind of I always describe it as like a V, like you have your rhythm guitars here and then the bass sitting down beneath, and it's all kind of one great big instrument. So at this point I've got quite a lot of things set in stone. I'm always using my Dingwall basses, which I love, and so much of my sound I think just comes from those. Like if you can just hear the raw DI that comes out from them, it's got a lot of that character.